Everyone, welcome back to Maker Tuesday here on Lourdes Liaison. Today we're going to be working on a Scarlet Witch type mask. Thanks, Marvel. Anyway, we're going to be using a 3D printer, some Bondo, and a little bit of paint, so let's get into it. The Scarlet Witch type mask has three main features. Okay, it's got this cutout up front, which basically makes wings, an M shape there, and spires on the side. That's all you need for the classic version, and she's had many, many, many variations, so you really can't go wrong as long as you keep those in mind. Okay, and of course it's red. So Marvel owns everything. I just want to put this disclaimer out there. I'm not being paid by them. I'm not accepting money on them. All I'm doing is showing you how to build this cosplay mask. So that being said, please like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you click the bell so that you're made aware of new videos as they come available, because we have many cool projects like this going on, and you don't want to miss them. So also stay towards the end, because we'll see this in full cosplay regalia, and yeah, that should be something special. Okay, we're mixing the Bondo here with the cream hardener. Good rule of thumb is 1/4 of the hardener to 1/4 of the little container of Bondo. Go ahead and mix it in, just like I'm doing here. Just make sure that you're fairly adept and quick at it, because right now, as it speaks, it's hardening. So you only have so much time to get the Bondo on your model and in place. Otherwise, it's just going to stick here on the card, and that's bad. Okay, take your model and start putting on the Bondo. You'll be tempted to layer it on thick. Do not do this. You will regret it later because it will lead to extra sanding time. But getting it on as smooth as you can, as quick as you can, is really where you want to be. Don't worry about, being dainty and making it look perfect straight out the gate. You're going to be sanding later. It's okay. But you've got to get it on there, because if you don't, this is what happens here. It sets up, and then you can't do any more work. So don't do that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and sand this down. I've already pre-sanded a bit, but one of the things that you got to realize is that Bondo is very fine when you sand it off. So make sure you have good breathing protection, a good mask, and make sure that you have a good space that you can clean up after, because the dust gets everywhere. Now, what's interesting here is that I'm noticing that this is the smooth side, and it looks very good, and I like it, and it took a lot of work to get it down that way. But this side looks like it does need more work, but it looks like battle damage, and I'm kind of falling in love with that. So I'm going to keep that in place. I'm just going to sand it down a little bit more, but I'm probably going to keep the battle damage. And remember, this is an art project. This is something that you can do yourself, so you can make the choices, and I'm making the choices of keeping the damage on that side. One of the things you also want to be careful of is going too fast with your sander, especially over delicate areas like the tips here, because you can warp and distort the plastic underneath if you're not careful, because the heat does build up. But just be careful. You can actually pop the ends off by accident and do some damage, and you just have to go and repair it later. So best to just be careful the first time around. But you do have Bondo, so you can fix anything, but it just takes more time and effort. Now, when you pull a 3D printout, just an FYI, I'm not going to go into all the reasons why, but you might be tempted to take off the support structures, in this case here, here, and here, and start working on your model. In cases like this, where it's actually very thin, as you can see in between the support structure and the actual model, you may want to hold off doing that, as the support structure will support your structure, meaning you can start working on the surfacing of it while it's still supported, and then later remove those supports when you're ready to do sanding or whatnot for those areas. Alright, now I'm going to take this and I'm just going to do some light coats. I've decided to leave a lot of this areas, some unfinished, some with some damage to them, seemingly, because I like the way it looks. Nothing has to be exactly perfect. I'm not manufacturing these necessarily, so... But most importantly, I kind of like the story it's telling me. the thing about art is that that's exactly it. It's art. So our mask is complete. Oh, everything in there. So the one thing that you didn't see was me putting in the belt. I just used two-step epoxy, took a belt, snipped it at the end, formed it inside the mask, and attached it. And so that's actually hooked under my wig. I can take my wig off and then unhook it, and then it's good to go. But as you can see, it's very strong. It's not going anywhere. So that's pretty much it this time around. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions on how to do this or any details, feel free to drop them down in the comments. If you like it, drop it down in the comments. If you don't, if you want to see us to do something different, or if you want to see us to do more of these things, more cosplay items, let us know. I would love to hear your ideas. Right now it's just coming from my friend, and you know, so you get what you get, but if you comment, we get to do oh so much more. So like, subscribe, hit the bell, and share in the comments, and we'll see you next time. So from all of me to all of you,